parents.
We've become them.
I know.
Like, you know, when you sing...
I would say I'm conversational in te reo, but there's not a start and a finish where you're like, "Harama." Sexual harassment in the music industry, that's what we call it, that's what it is.
First you got a hand sand.
Oh, yes, please.
Also doubles as good deodorant.
Hanitize, as my
Hanitize.
Eddie Ray calls it.
In case we start...
Yeah, all right.
Take a night class, pick the fingers from in between your teeth. You can't expect a leaf to grow, so...
How are you in the real journey? Are you still having go to night class? How much do you love doing noho, wānanga, etc.?
I love doing noho and wānanga, but what I've realised now, which I think is important to acknowledge, is that there's not a start and a finish to this journey. It's not like, well, you start here and then you go for however long it takes you, and then you get to this end point where you're like, harama, like, you know, doing pulwhiri and like wearing korowai and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just whipping out your, you know, puturino.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's not like that. It's even the people who you think are right up there are still learning. But as per any language, right? Like, just because you grew up speaking English and we're all fluent English speakers, it doesn't mean there's not new words that we can learn and new ways of expressing ourselves in English. That's language. I feel like a lot of Māori are shamed for not spending enough time at their haukainga or, you know, their marae and stuff. And I really like that whakaaro of your whakapapa is your only kind of, is the only credential you need.
yeah.
You don't need to look a certain way, you don't need to live a certain way, speak a certain way. If you have whakapapa Māori, then you're Māori.
Are you the friend who look me in the eye and tell me no one does? Do I exist if everything I
I think we're going to go through Avondale, which is where my karate dojo is, actually.
You're such an extracurricular manga, aren't you? So how much martial arts have you done?
Since I had kids, pretty much none. I wrote that when Arlo was a baby, my eldest. I kind of thought motherhood was going to be one way. You know, when you're pregnant, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to make music while the baby sleeps.
And Arlo's never going to see a screen.
And I will not give him a dummy. No, he won't be having a dummy. All of that went out the window. And then some. And I never made it back to karate in any meaningful way. I ran a marathon last year, which is 42 kilometres, but the longest run I've done since then is like 8 kilometres.
Oh, so you just casually dropped in, I just ran a marathon and released an album. That was me in the year of the pandemic. In the year when everyone else was like...
Running was my saviour in the year of our Lord COVID 2020. That marathon got me through that goddamn Jesus forsaken year.
take a night class, it's a big ask to reshape the tree, and I don't expect a miracle.
The production on Beams is
Sick.
It is truly sick.
Lips produced it.
Oh, that's right.
Steph and Fen, so we recorded it at their house. The thing that I especially liked about their production style is they're not like super slick. We had to work in these short time slots anyway, so there was no kind of fucking about. It was like, okay, drums, put a microphone in front of the drums, play some drums. Does it sound good? Yep.
Yeah, you're not like sitting there.
You're not like moving the mic on the kick drum like a centimetre at a time.
From in between my teeth, I don't expect the leaf to grow, but I take a night class, it's a big ask to reshape the tree.
Tour fitness. What do you need to do to get ready? It's coming.
I need to rehearse with my band.
Oh, yep. Who's in your
I
band?
need to write a set list. My band's awesome. It's Lips, and it's Mike Hall on the bass and Joel Mulholland on the guitar.
Oh, that's a sick band, my friend.
Sick band. It's real fun.
You've got running, which took up the space of karate, children, your night classes. Where does your own music fit in that stack of all the things? Like if something had to go...
I can't be bothered doing it. I do it. I don't know. If something had to go, what would my kids?
Goodbye!
No, just joking.
I am my mother's daughter. I am my son's mother. I am my lover's lover.
You've been pretty hot on the socials. You've been throwing down some words there.
Yeah, I threw down. I didn't really intend to do it like that. I was just, speaking from the heart. Sexism is a rampant issue in the industry, and that is happening at all levels. And every woman I know has felt that in every way all through their career kind of thing, just not being listened to, not being taken seriously, not given opportunities.
It's systemic. I just hate it how in the news it's just like, these people did this, and...
No, I know, same. And that's how I've been trying to steer all of my korero around it, is like, that's what I mean. And the thing I don't like is that when I say we need more diversity in the upper echelons of the music business, people laugh and feel like it's not possible. I put it on a Facebook group and someone was like, do you really think that'll happen though? But I'm like, do you really think change will happen without it? Because we've been talking about these problems for decades, for years, and nothing has changed. There's a whole bunch of women in the wake of these revelations who are like coming up with all these solutions and all these having to outline all these problems and doing all this work to explain it and offer solutions and things like that. And I just feel like there's other people who need to work that out, and hopefully they will this time.
Look at that.
Going hard. Is that a TikTok?
That's a TikTok. A TikTok.
Get it, girl. I love seeing that when you see people just